Let's go through showing preparations. I'm just going to use my market watch that I've set up, and these are the newest properties in my area. I'm just going to, there, nothing in particular. I just went through and clicked on a few, and I'm going to narrow it down. Okay, now I need to know how long is it going to take me to get to each one of these properties. I'm going to click on Actions. I'm going to go right over here to Directions. And we'll pretend that the people that I'm showing lives right here. Okay, this is where they live. So we don't want to start there. We do want to end there. I'm not real sure why it has me going in this crazy direction, but that's not what we're gonna do. Okay, we're gonna take 3 and make that 1. And we're gonna take 2 and make that 3. Now we're on a straight shot. Look at that boomerang. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go ahead and add a stop in here because I need to know what time I need to start heading over to the first property. I'm going to put office. There we go. And directions. So when I put the office address, it shows up right here. And that's the new number 1. I'm going to click on directions. And notice that the directions to each of the properties are right here. All right. I know that if I want to start showing at 2 p.m., I need to leave my office at 1:30 to get to this property by 2 p.m. I usually budget about 20 minutes per showing. Could they be longer? Yeah, a lot of times they are. And sometimes they're very short. It's a drive-by thing. No, we don't want to see this after all. So there very seldomly will there ever be that perfect showing day where everything goes correctly. And that is okay. So let's take a look again. The whole drive is about 59 miles. An estimated drive time of 82 minutes, so just over an hour and 20 minutes. You know that you're probably going to be gone for about 2.5 to 3 hours total. It will take me 21 minutes to drive to the first property. It will take me 19 minutes to drive to the next, 18 minutes, and then 25 minutes. It makes it very easy. Is it perfect? No, traffic happens. We're then going to print. And there are several different formats you can use. This is what the first format looks like. You have the big map and then the turn by turn. You have, this is not my favorite. You could do this. It has the big map, the turn by turn, and the little map of what that is actually going to look like. There's another one. And then your directions only. This is the one that I choose. I'm going to save it as a PDF. So if you print right here, print it to PDF, put it in their file, and then of course you'll want to print one for yourself. So now we have drawn out our little map. We've mapped it out, we've printed it, we've saved it to their file for reference in the future. Now we need to schedule them. We're going to go ahead. You can either go to showing time and schedule directly. That's probably the easiest and fastest way. On this icon down here, schedule each one of the showings. The problem is they're not always going to be immediately approved. Sometimes they're not approved at all. So you kind of have to just wing it. And when I do receive the approval, I will copy that approval, the text message approval from showing time, and send it to my client, but I will delete the links because there are going to be links and instructions. I just want them to see that it has been confirmed, which property address, and for what time and date. Everything has been approved, right? You should have access to this showing times and codes, and all you're going to do is you're going to put in the property address. So we would put 10617 Oak Grove Road, the time that we get there, 2 p.m. Is it on a Supra? If so, where is it? So I would just put something like Supra front door, or lockbox back door and the code. Then I want the time to the next property. And I can't remember exactly how long it was, but we'll just say it's 15 minutes. And then any special showing instructions. This means, hello, don't lock the garage door, dangerous pit bull in the backyard, alarm codes, etc., etc. So you'll put that on a nice, neat, on here. And then I always create a net sheet. I'm not sure if you've done a net sheet before. I have other videos about net sheets. If you're not using them, you need to start using them today. You need to start right now. You're going to create this offer summary on the properties that you're going to show. And I mean, it really doesn't take that long. You're going to put the necessary information down here. You don't have to put it all, lease, all that. You don't need that. But you do need to include what their estimated cost would be, what the list price is. Don't immediately, never tell somebody, you know what, this is overpriced. But in order to get into it, you'll probably need to offer at least list price, and then we can get them down during option period or inspections, whatever you choose to call it. It's not inspection period, it's option period. But anyway, don't ever tell somebody that. You're setting yourself and them up for failure. It will be a dismal failure if you do that. So go ahead and complete this offer summary. It's already formatted for you. You also, I want you to complete this. If it's the first time that you're meeting with them, you need to go ahead and complete this. And what this is showing them is, you know what? It's a 30-day. 30 days is about what you're looking at. So you're only going to complete what's in yellow. So it's 2020, month 10. We'll say we're meeting them today. We go under contract on this beautiful house today. Boom. The rest of the dates will change. See here, based on a 30-day, and I think it's a 7-day option period. But what you're trying to show them is 30 days. What else do we need to do? Property notes. I always print this and give this to them because it's, you know, if you're showing 3 or 4 in a day, if you're showing more than that, oh my gosh, that's rough because you're going to forget. You're going to forget the first one, the second one that you show. The take to showings, don't forget this. Always review this. Your buyer packet. I've created a buyer packet. If you don't have it, you need to ask me for it. It's pretty good stuff. It's a rainy day read. But again, if it's your first time meeting them, you do want to hand it to them. It will explain basics on financing and types of properties and what they should expect from contract to close. Coloring books, always have a coloring book. Map pencils, don't do crayons, they're going to melt. Lots of people do care about the direction of the home, so if you can go and get a cheap compass, you may have a compass on your phone. Your electronic key, always test your key before you leave the house. Seriously, I've had it go wrong, terribly wrong. It looks fine, it's charged up, I get over to the property and it's not working. You may want to have a golf ball, of course, hand sanitizer and lotion. You want your MLS printouts. And you're probably thinking, okay, well, what kind of printouts do you use? Well, that's a really good question. Here are my 4 properties that I've narrowed down. I'm going to click print down at the bottom. and I print the 3-up comparison and the customer full and the agent full. Print to PDF. There you go. Now you have the information. This is your copy. And these are theirs. Kind of dinky, huh? And then you've got the side by side. It's a 3-up comparison because they can only do 3 on one page, but if you notice, there's more on the next. But I like it because, hello, it is a comparison. You can highlight. If one of them has something that the rest it doesn't have, then certainly highlight it. If it's not showing the tax amounts, you need to put that on there. The amount that the yearly tax on the property, you definitely need to include that here. It's very, very important. Another thing that I like, just because as soon as I don't do it, I need it, I'll do the Agent 360 property view. And this is what I'm doing. There we go. Print, it takes a while. Just saying, it does take a while, but go ahead and do that. And you may also want a quick CMA of the properties. And this just makes it really, I don't know. I've just gotten so used to looking at this and I price homes a lot of times based on just what I see here because it's just so blatantly obvious. But anyway, remember, I just kind of picked and chose properties, put a blindfold on and started selecting. So there's no rhyme or reason behind this price per square foot or square footage. But anyway, you'll definitely probably want to do that quick CMA. I print each one of those out. I'll print that quick CMA a couple of times, depending on how many people I'm showing the property to at the same time. Like if it's the husband and wife, you'll want 2 copies. If it's the husband and wife and parent, I'm sure the parent's going to have their say. My mother did. That's what I do. Don't overcomplicate things. Nothing's going to go perfect. It's just not. So get over it. If you have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to call me. Oh, one more thing I wanted to show you. I have to find it first. Take to showings. If you don't have an electronic tape measure, go get one. You can get them on Amazon for about $25. They're fantastic. It'll save you a ton of time. I have a very expensive one, and it is no better than the $25 one. I do keep 3 to 4 pre-made showing bags in my trunk, and I give them to buyers when we meet for the first time. So I can get everything from the Dollar Tree. I get one of those paper bags that don't look like paper. I put hand sanitizer and hand wipes, lotion, a spiral notebook, a writing pen, greeting card. I put a small bag of chips and crackers and a bottle of water. I don't know why I didn't put this in here, but I also put the coloring book and map crayons just in case. Very important because you've got to keep those kids busy. If not, they could very well break something. Well, I hope you enjoyed these videos, this video in particular, and I do hope that you reach out to me if you need anything.